There we go. Our next performer is Jim Zubkavich, who's not performing. He'll be talking a little bit about his book, Makeshift Miracle.
Clap for Jim.
I don't have a cute sidekick. I apologize. Okay, this isn't going to be as dramatic. I'm not reading from the book. I'm not that emo. I can't do it. It's okay. Maybe I'm a little that emo. Anyways,
then you will be.
It's true. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the process of making the book. I'm not going to get hyper technical about it. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the book means to me, stuff like that. I'm going to go through some of the pages. Just talk a little bit about it in general. Makeshift Miracle was an idea that I had back in 1998. I was working out in Calgary at an animation studio there, and we were all trying to just be more creative in our free time, and we were generating stories. Omar was there at the time, and we were all brainstorming a bunch of different stuff, and one of the ideas I came up with was taking kind of a bunch of elements of stories that I really enjoyed, things like Stand By Me or Miyazaki movies, just all kinds of different elements of things that I enjoy. A lot of dramatic elements, not really superheroes, nothing what you think of as typical mainstream comics, just kind of the stories about people's emotions or dreams or aspirations. And I came up with an idea for a story that was kind of built off of that. When I was in high school, my brother was in university and he got really heavily into Japanese animation. And a lot of those stories, the romantic comedies or things like that, they were built off of character dramas, characters going through these little story arcs. And I came up with an idea that was kind of, it wasn't like crushing it all together, but it was just combining a bunch of different elements. So in 1998, I started roughing out a story about this boy named Colby who would basically go through one of these kind of story arcs where he would get his dreams or he would discover who he really was. So it was the symbolism of coming of age at the same time as it was a visual coming of age as well as a kind of a physical one as well. So this is the original roughed page from 98, coming up with the ideas. The actual text was printed out and pasted on top of the artwork because I didn't know anything about digital anything. I really knew nothing about computer stuff. I didn't have my own computer at the time. I didn't get a computer of my own until after, I guess around 90, well, I guess it was year 2000 or whatnot. Then when I was in 2001, I had the impetus finally to do it. I'd seen a bunch of webcomics online. I really liked the fact that people could just post stuff. There was no editor. There was no publishing hierarchy. I could just put things online, and it was like survival of the fittest. If people liked it, that would be great. If they didn't like it, they would ignore it. And I put things online mostly because I wanted to put it out there and tell a story. And I wanted to do 3 pages a week. So it was on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I just started putting pages up. And I thought maybe my friends and family would kind of egg me on to keep doing this. And so I could tell a story. That was the idea. So if you go to the next one there, this was the first page that I posted. I knew nothing about Photoshop. I literally was reading tutorials the night before I put this thing up. And so there's like 2 tones on it, and it's really, really simplistic. Most of the shading is done through the actual through the pencil drawing. I had the unfortunate timing of putting this page up on the web on September 10th, 2001. So the next day I came into work and I was really, really excited, and I was like, guys, I got this great news. I got this webpage and I'm telling this, and they were all like, have you seen the news this morning? The world's gone, like it's all bonkers and we're all gonna die and everything's wrong, and it took about 3 weeks before things even remotely calmed down to the point where people, like I even wanted to tell people I had a webpage. And then by that time, luckily, I had an archive of pages going because I'd put pages up beforehand, and people started reading and they started getting into it. And so I started telling the story of this kid named Colby Reynolds. one of the things that really influenced me was I love Neil Gaiman stuff. I love character drama. There's a mini-series called Death, The High Cost of Living that was released by Neil Gaiman, and the art was by Mark Buckingham and Chris Bacalo. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really simplistic artwork, and it looks almost like animation, where the very simple little moments broken down. So something as simple as a character drinking a can of pop, burping, whatever, just the characters doing little things and their emotions and the stuff that they're going through. I just thought that was really fascinating.